You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Black and white sports fans, yesterday I made a video on how the NFL behind the scenes is funding organizations that are not just calling for to defund the police, but also to abolish the police and abolish prisons and not have any borders in this country. This is very, very radical. These groups are extremely radical and very, very dangerous. They want to make your communities less safe. And guys, we have seen across this country that defunding the police is not working. But also we've seen right there in San Francisco where the 49ers play, we have seen smash and grab. People are out there stealing stuff, breaking into to stores, stealing stuff because they know they won't get prosecuted. Because in the People's Republic of California, in San Francisco, if you steal something, I believe is under $900, it's only a misdemeanor. You pretty much get a slap on the wrist. This is the kind of craziness we're dealing with. And apparently these are the kind of organizations also that the NFL wants to support. However, now the National Sheriff's Association has come out and destroyed the NFL. Now, Fox News uncovered all of this that I reported on yesterday. And now we actually have a police organization speaking out and destroying the NFL for supporting these radical far left organizations that are only going to make your communities less safe. So here we go. Over here on Fox News, NFL torched by sheriff's group for funding defund the police groups. NFL under fire after Fox News digital investigation reveals lead funding defund the police advocates. And here we go. Let's read this article. The National Sheriff's Association blasted the NFL for funding organizations that support defunding the police. The police advocacy group sharply criticized the league after a Fox News digital investigation revealed that several of the NFL's Inspire Change partners, I believe it was 3 of them, which receive funding from the NFL, advocate for the abolition or defunding of law enforcement. And this is what the National Sheriff's Association, I should say, this is what they said. Quote, I hope the NFL got its ROI, return on investment, more crime, that's already happening, more legitimate criminals released, that's already happening, more community anger, that's already happening, and more jerseys sold, eyeballs watching, and paid seats filled at their games. Jonathan Thompson, Executive Director and CEO of the National Sheriff's Association, told Fox News in an email. Now, also, it's not just the NFL itself. I put up a video a few weeks ago where 2 NFL players, they actually helped bail out an illegal immigrant here in this country. He wasn't here legally. And then eventually this year, he's out there wanted for murder now. I mean, this is the kind of people we're dealing with in the NFL. But I digress. Thompson blasted the NFL's decision to fund the anti-police organizations as giving, quote, new meaning to the idea you spend money to make money. Quote, well done to the NFL. Hopefully all the deputies and officers that protect their facilities and audiences that attend their games feel better about the NFL, especially since it is funding organizations that want to completely dissolve our country's principle of adherence to the rule of law, he added. Now, that's interesting right there, because if you actually watch the NFL games or been to an NFL game, you see police out there. Police are protecting the stadiums, police on the sideline to protect the players from the fans in the stands. But yet the NFL is funding groups that want to defund the organizations that provide policing. Think about that. That is so hypocritical, guys. It goes on, quote, perhaps they could spend one night in a cruiser or a jail to see the horrendous effects of runaway crime, the CEO concluded. Or they could look into the faces of the victims of crime who are white, black, brown, men, women, elderly, kids, poor, rich, and every demographic in America. But you know that they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that because let's just look at the NBA here. The NBA, when it came to the whole Kyle Rittenhouse thing, what side were they on? They were on the side of the criminals, the rioters, the looters. I mean, they were on the side of Jacob Blake. When it came to the NFL, they were putting criminals on players' helmets, the back of their helmets. And this was from NFL ownership, especially, with the Pittsburgh Steelers. We did a video on that a year ago about that. Antoine Rose Jr., a criminal. He was not a victim. They were siding with victims. So it's not a surprise to me now that the NFL is funding organizations that want to destroy police. All in the name of this NFL's Inspire Change program, which means nothing. It is a program to fund destruction in this country. I don't like this one bit. And hopefully, more police organizations will come out and criticize the NFL. The NFL definitely needs to be criticized for this. Roger Goodell needs to come out and speak directly on this. I know they had some kind of a statement or something like that. But when you're out there funding groups that want to disband police, disband criminals, disband prisons, I should say, and put criminals back on the street, NFL needs to come out and address this. I mean, they really need to stop funding these type of organizations because it's not going to work out good for anybody at all. Look at all these liberal cities. Crime has run amok. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to Black and White Sports, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.